Good afternoon. My name is Nicole Derby Moore, and this is my reflective presentation. I would like to apologize in advance for my voice as I've been battling the flu this week. Arthur C. Clarke once said, "Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic." We began the semester, or the course rather, with a project to create a Symbaloo site. I can see that this is super helpful for both students and teachers alike, as it creates a nice homepage with all of your frequented button clicks or websites, and allows you to put them all in one place. This is actually a technology that I was introduced to at one time before within my school district. I created one at that point in time and didn't really use it, and then was reminded that Symbaloo existed within this class, and created another one that could be used throughout my class with a variety of apps and frequented websites. I'm going to be honest, I thought that I would use it, but I find that with Chrome, you can pin the tabs that you use frequently, and that just becomes more sufficient for me personally. Accessibility technology tools gave us the opportunity to review a variety of different applications. I focused on a lot of the Chrome applications, Google Classroom, Google Draw. I feel like the accessibility technology tools gave us a more in-depth look on the apps that we chose. I can see that this would be useful for students to do as well when they're beginning to learn how to use different programs. It gives them the opportunity to explore them and provide feedback on them for how they would use them, or how other students could use them. I personally felt like this was a pretty great assignment, and I learned quite a bit from it. George Couros, who is one of my favorite authors recently, who is all about the innovation, says that technology is not just a tool, it can give learners a voice that they may not have had before. I 100% agree with this quote. I've seen technology in my classroom allow even the shyest students to break out of their shell. Powtoon. I've had students who have used this over the last few years, and I had never really tried to use it until we had to use it for this assignment. And it gave me such a greater appreciation for the assignments that I've had students submit through Powtoons. The end products are absolutely amazing, but I had no clue just how time consuming using Powtoons is. If you really are somebody who likes to have presentations perfect, it can be extremely time consuming, although the end product is pretty amazing. WebQuest was something new to me with this assignment, or the web portals and databases. I actually found this extremely helpful, and I think that this is something that I'm going to try with my students. It was a great opportunity to kind of put things in one place, and really get to know how you were going to use that particular portable or database. Um, Students would be able to use this when they're completing research. I think it would be a great opportunity. I think that a lot of times kids get tied up with a number of sources that they have to have. And I found that a lot of them will use one source for information, but when they know they have to have multiple sources, a lot of times they'll just go look up other sources. And I can see this being used in a manner that, excuse me, the students had to document what information they pulled from what site. So they could say, I visited Healthy People 2020, and that's where I got my data from. I went and I visited Medline Plus, and I played a game on human bones, and it taught me, how bone marrow was made, or something like that, where it makes them say specifically what piece of information they got from each site and how they utilize the site, rather than just citing the source. So I felt like this was an extremely helpful assignment, and I want to see how I can modify it to use it in my class. Flipgrid was another application that was part of my tech embedded lesson plan, where I had students upload presentations into Flipgrid, and then they were able to use them. Flipgrid is a video response platform that students and teachers could have discussions. You can work with Flipgrid like virtual pen pals, things along that line. It's a great place to be able to give feedback to things, whether it be another video or whether it be individualized feedback on student responses. I've talked about it a lot and suggested it to a lot of people. The really cool part about it is that it's free. So I continue to use it in my classroom, and hopefully maybe somebody else will be able to use it in theirs. Chronometer is also another application that was from my flipped lesson plan, where students were able to use this to input nutritional information for a wellness program that they were using. Chronometer is either a website or a application that can be purchased. There's a free version and a pay version. The free version allows you to track food and exercise and add biometrics, similar to a Fitness Pal or things like that. Chronometer allows you to input and monitor and track your nutrition. So I had students utilize it to create diet plans as a member of a wellness team. Biblical perspectives for uses of technology. Technology is it's said that technology is basically anything that's created by human beings to help us reach beyond what we would be able to do without it. This could be as simple as doing an old thing in a more efficient way or in a new fashion, or it could be doing something completely different than it was before. We have to realize that technology is all around us now, and it's really become a huge part of our lives. So much so that we don't really notice what's technology and what's not anymore. So as from a Christian perspective, we have to understand that when we look at the Bible, we can look back at the creation story. And it's so God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them male and female. He created them. God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful, increase in number, fill the earth, and subdue it. Rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the sky and over every living creature that moves on the ground. If we look at this and see this as God as creator and making all things, we realize that we too are created in his image. And therefore, as we are taking on the world around us, we are bringing our own sense of creativity and innovation to take on the problems that we are facing. Therefore, we are actually reflecting in the image of God at that point in time. And